officers and members of the Asia Forum, all the participants of the Asia Real Estate Forum, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Filipinos, magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat. Last March, I was given the honor and opportunity to speak before the esteemed delegates of the Asia CEO Forum to present a comprehensive report on the transportation sector as the country's economy continues to endure the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. Today, we are all gathered here for the Asia Real Estate Forum 2021. It brings to fore one imperative, that there could be no real estate development, pure and simple, if there is no improvement on the transportation and logistics system. It stands to reason then that your invitation for me to participate on the Asia Real Estate Forum 2021 means reason, means depth, because I have to show improvements in the transportation so that it will augur well to your understanding of how we can grow the real estate in this part of the world. With the crisis situation beginning to finally ease off, where are we now? That is the basic question we have to answer. Ladies and gentlemen, despite and notwithstanding the challenges in the past months, our spirits did not falter. In fact, our earnest desire to provide the Filipino people an improved quality of life only grow stronger and very strong. Infrastructure investment remains an effective method of successfully stimulating growth, especially during the aftermath of an economic shock. That is why the Department of Transportation, the DOTR, and its attached agencies have been actively working to use this stimulus investment for sustainable recovery. Let us revisit what we have done in the transportation department in the four sectors that we are involved in, namely aviation, maritime, rails, and road. I will not do any duplication or a repeat of what I have presented last March of this year, but rather I would like to focus on what has transpired from the last report in March up to this present as I speak. And so let us revisit the aviation and airport sector. Ladies and gentlemen of the forum, since the Duterte administration took over in 2016, we have completed 233 airport projects. I repeat, 233 airport projects. Some of this we inaugurated in the last 3 months. I have promised President Rodrigo Roa Duterte that I will finish the international airport in southern Luzon. Now, after 11 years of delay and 3 groundbreaking prior to this administration, we have finally inaugurated the Bicol International Airport last month. Many doubted, many did not believe that we will complete. The DOTR quietly worked and endeavored to finish the project. And ladies and gentlemen of the forum, I'm happy to report that we have already completed the Bicol International Airport. This is a showcase of how the Duterte administration manage and implement projects. You can see from the screen the pictures of what it was when we entered and what it is today as I speak. And you can see indeed the dramatic transformation from nothing to something insofar as Bicol International Airport is concerned. Let me just highlight certain things about the Bicol International Airport. The Bicol International Airport is world-class. You can see from the picture, it is fully operational. But one thing I would like to add, we have added the features that we have used at the Clark International Airport. And what is this? It is the contactless approaches. You register, you check in contactless. You register and you report your baggage contactless. In other words, it can compete with efficiency and safety insofar as check-in of passengers and check-in of cargoes are concerned. Let us go to another airport which we have completed, the Siquijor Airport. We have inaugurated this on 26 August of this year. The construction of the new passenger building and vehicular parking area of Siquijor. The capacity is 60 passengers at any given time, 22,000 per year, 6 times higher than its previous passenger capacity. If you will look at the screen, you can see a comparative of what the Siquijor Airport was when we entered and what Siquijor Airport is as we speak today. And can you see, Richard? It is a thing of beauty. Never did Siquijor imagine that their new airport will be something they can be truly proud of. Another airport which we have completed is the Catarman Airport. It's good that my staff is flashing on the screen the Catarman Airport as renovated and improved. We inaugurated this only on September 2 of this year. The airport projects included asphalt overlay, improvement of runway shoulder, improvement of the runway, and the rehabilitation of the passenger terminal building. Capacity, 50,000 passengers per year from a previous capacity of only 50 passengers per day. You will look again, the comparison between, I like doing this, Richard, comparing what the airport, what it is now, as we have improved and rehabilitated, and what it was when we assumed. Look at the video. If you look at the Catarman Airport when we assumed, it looks like a huge sari-sari store. But if you look on the video of what it is now, and this is a real picture, you can say the Catarman Airport really now looks like an airport where passengers, tourists, and mga kababayan and mga kasama natin ay talagang mag-e-enjoy sa Catarman Airport. Flash on the screen is the Mactan Cebu International Airport new corporate building and new runway. Let me tell you this, we were happy with Cebu International Airport when we inaugurated it. There was one runway, but our happiness would like to be more poignant, more firm, more strengthening. And so we are adding a second runway. Never before a second runway being implemented in Cebu. And so we will do this, and hopefully we will be able to complete this before the end of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's term. Flash on the screen is the new office of the MCIAA corporate building. You know, if you will compare the offices of the Mactan International Airport and that picture flash on the screen, the 6-story building, you can see the great difference. So that people working at the airport now, people doing the support, and people doing the industry will now have the comfort and convenience of working on a high-class, world-class building. This is a building, 6-story building, that is equipped with modern equipment and facilities. Hopefully, as I mentioned, the second runway hopefully will be operational by April of 2022. Look on the screen. That is the General Santos International Airport. Look at the beautiful facade. The development included the expansion of the passenger terminal building, the expansion of the vehicular parking area, the apron, and the completion of the drainage and storm drain to make this structure really sturdy and firm. The capacity, 2 million passengers per year. This is double than its pre-pandemic capacity of 1 million. Flash on the screen is the General Santos Airport when we took over and the General Santos Airport now as I speak. Hindi ba makikita nyo yung malaking diferensya? Is it not that you will enjoy the great and dramatic difference that is being done and has been done and continue to be done at the General Santos Airport, South Cotabato? Let us take a look at Zamboanga International Airport. This was inaugurated on September 28th of this year. The projects included expansion and rehabilitation of the passenger terminal, the repair on the runway, the asphalt overlay, rehabilitation of taxiway, and we have put up a Zamboanga Airport Malasakit Hall as we have completed the Gender Anti-Discrimination All-Purpose Center. This is now the international Zamboanga International Airport, now ready for international operation. Continuing works are being done, and this is the continuing improvement on the runway as we will be still expanding the passenger terminal building. Again, look on the screen, the Zamboanga International Airport, what it was when we started our administration, what we did today, as of today, as I speak before the forum. There is really a dramatic change, changing the landscape altogether of Zamboanga International Airport, and like the other new airports, improving and enhancing the connectivity and mobility of the people in Zamboanga, of the people that visit Zamboanga, tourism, foreign and domestic alike. Have you heard of Camiguin? Richard, remember Camiguin? What a beautiful place. And so it moved us to really improve the Camiguin Airport. Flash on the screen is the improved Camiguin Airport with a capacity of 100,000 passengers per year, compared to only 40,000 passengers per year before we joined. As you can see on the video, view it in the very scenic background. Isn't it, Camiguin Airport, a thing of beauty? But to see where we came from, look at the Camiguin then and the Camiguin now. There is a dramatic change altogether. So that if we are to excite people to visit Camiguin, either as a local visitor or a passenger or tourist, foreign and local, they will have to enjoy the comfort of the airport. And that is what it's all about. The Camiguin Airport will be a trigger to tourism. The Camiguin Airport will be a trigger to business. And if we have triggers for tourism and business, certainly it will augur well in transforming the real estate potentials and capacity of all the airports, all the places where we have improved the airports. The question, Richard, now is, are we done yet? Ladies and gentlemen of this forum, we are far from over. Before we step down in 2022, we will inaugurate development projects in Biliran Airport, in Cuyo Airport, in Lingayen Airport this month, only for this month. Tacloban in December 2021, Busuanga Airport also in December of 2021, San Vicente Airport in January of 2022, and the Cotabato Airport in February of 2022, among others. So you will understand that the transformation of the aviation landscape in the Philippines is a continuing thing. Maybe at this time, Richard, you will ask, Tugade, why did you not run for Senate? Why did you not file your certificate for candidacy? The one reason which I would like to state now in this forum is I want to finish as much and as many projects as I could finish until the end of the term of President Duterte. And Richard, we are just talking here of around 7 to 8 months. I would like to maximize the improvement that we can do in the transportation landscape. Increasing capacity and expanding gateways is also one of our objectives. If I have to put up airports all over the place, and we will have to address the pandemic situation, my concept is we should open primary gateways instead of limiting the entry of balikbayans, seafarers, and overseas workers only at NAIA Terminal 1, 2, 3, and 4, and only in Clark and in Cebu. I said, if we are to accommodate the influx of incoming kababayans, improve and increase the primary gateways. And that is why I would like to inform the ladies and gentlemen of the Asia Real Estate Forum that we are already at a point when we will open even the Panglao International Airport in Bohol to accepting passengers, kababayan, overseas workers, seafarers, and foreigners, tourists alike coming to Panglao. Hindi na ho malilimit yan sa Clark, sa Cebu, at sa NAIA Terminal 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if we are doing this in Panglao, targeted also for inclusion on the expanded gateways is the Lawag Airport in Ilocos Norte. We will also establish one-stop shop there. Also to be included will be the General Santos Airport, the Zamboanga Airport, and already the Bicol International Airport as flashed on the screen. And so all told, this in capsule form and in concept form are the improvements which we have done in the aviation sector from the time in March when I spoke and up to the time now as I speak. And so we have taken a look at the aviation and the airport sector. The next we would like to present to you is or are the developments in the maritime sector. You know, Richard, ladies and gentlemen, we live in an archipelagic country. The DOTR maritime sector ensures that we are harnessing our maritime advantages so that in only 5 years, the DOTR and the Philippine Ports Authority PPA have completed a total, and listen to this, a total of 484 port projects. Never before in the history of the Philippines has so much construction been done in aviation and in maritime. Just in two sectors of the transport industry, you can say and really say, and we are proud to say, that really the Department of Transportation has done highlights and has done good performance in the term of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Included in the maritime improvements are the 7 port projects that we inaugurated simultaneously last month. And this include the ports of Maribojoc, Tacbilaran, Hagna, Ubay, Tapal, Talibon, and Luon. You can see on the screen how beautiful, the ports development we have done in the places of Maribojoc, Tacbilaran, Hagna, Ubay, Tapal, Talibon, and Luon. So that if you look at the comparison of what these ports were before they were rehabilitated, improved, and worked on, and you look at the ports as we have completed and rehabilitated them now, you can say, perhaps say, Richard, and I will accept it if you say, hey, you guys at PPA, you have done a good job. Yes, I think PPA and the Department of Transportation has done a good job. If there were improvements in Bohol, there was also improvement in Palawan. Palawan is another famous tourist destination. We have completed the development and expansion work at the Puerto Princesa Port. Look at the Puerto Princesa Port. Do you see the difference between what the Puerto Princesa Port when we assume office and what it is now? You go visit it so that you will be amazed and say how beautiful Puerto Princesa If Puerto Princesa is a crown jewel for tourism, it stands to rhyme and reason that we should improve the facilities of Port of Puerto Princesa, including its port, one of which is the Puerto Princesa port, now flashed on your screen. If there are developments in Puerto Princesa, again, I would like to repeat at this time, I am just telling you the improvements that happened from March of this year up to now in a period of 3 to 4 months. And in that period of 3 to 4 months, you see the improvement at the Cantilan port in Surigao del Sur. Look at the changes. Mas malawak at maganda ang Pantalan. Doble ang kapasidad nito para sa cargo handling. And so you inject an elixir of strength and vigor on the business potentials in the Cantilan Airport at Surigao del Sur. If we have improvements in Cantilan, there is also improvement in Siquijor Port. Remember earlier I presented to you the improvements in the Siquijor Airport. Marry the improvements on the airport with the improvement at Siquijor Port and look at the difference. If you improve the airport and the seaport, necessarily the resultant effect is development. Necessarily the resultant effect is improved mobility and improved convenience. There are also improvements in General Santos City in South Cotabato. I will abbreviate my presentation. Just look at the screen and see the difference. Before, when we joined, the place looked like a war-torn facility. But now, it is a facility that you can really enjoy and be impressed with. There are also improvements in Lucena Port. Again, compared Lucena Port from what it was to what it is. Hindi ba you can say, and you can say, Richard, yes, there are improvements all over the archipelago, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Look at this, the improvement on the Lucena Port. Is this the end? No. On Thursday, together with the President, we will be inaugurating 11 seaport projects only in Mindoro. Never before has this been done. We will be inaugurating simultaneously these 11 seaport. The ports of Balatero, Bulalakaw, Rojas, Mansalay, Bansud, Calapan, Abra de Ilog. Last on the screen is the enumeration of what we will inaugurate 2 days from now. And so you will feel the aggressiveness we would like to do in so far as improving the archipelagic landscape of the Republic of the Philippines. Flash on the screen are some improvements we would like to underscore. Have you been to Calapan Port, Oriental Mindoro, Richard? Do you know that in Calapan, we will be putting up a milestone project, 3,500 passengers capacity, fully aircon, fully developed passenger terminal. Capacity is 3,500 passengers at any given time. While we celebrate and say hurrah to Calapan Airport, this will be short-lived. You know why, Richard? Because soon, in Zamboanga, we will be completing the Zamboanga Port. Capacity, 4,000 passengers at any given time. In other words, we try to outdo our performances by getting better and better facilities. We are happy with 3,000 last year. Now it's 3,000 passengers. Soon it will be 4,000. And this is how we develop, again, the maritime landscape in the country. By the way, Richard, Do you know that Coast Guard is also aligned and is working with the Department of Transportation? Yeah, the Philippine Coast Guard reports to me, and therefore allow me to make a submission on what we have done in the last 3 months at the Philippine Coast Guard. Flash on the screen is the first Cessna plane of Philippine Coast Guard. Together with the President, he visited and inaugurated the multi-role fixed-wing aircraft Cessna Caravan 2081 this November 2021. This will add capability and capacity for the Philippine Coast Guard as we improve the facilities. It's a very beautiful aircraft. The President was so impressed with what he saw, and he told me, Art, you better purchase 3 more. Maybe we can explore not only a single engine, but a twin engine. So this is one facility which we are introducing at the Philippine Coast Guard. I would like also to inform the members of this forum that we have also improved facilities all over the country. But let us speak of the lighthouses which the Philippine Coast Guard has completed in the last 3 months. It has completed 5 lighthouses, making it operational, not only improving the tourism sites of the country, but more importantly, improving and increasing the safety and security capability of the country by reconstructing and rehabilitating the Coast Guards in Palawan. Of course, in addition to improving the safety and security measures, the Philippine Coast Guard completed and inaugurated the new 2-story Western Visayas headquarters in Iloilo and the new Coast Guard station in Kalayaan. Certainly, this will boost the security and safety capabilities of the Philippine Coast Guard. Again, we are just talking here of what the Philippine Coast Guard has done in the last 3 months of this year. If I will enumerate all the performances of Philippine Coast Guard and all the achievements of the sectors in transportation, believe me, Mr. Richard Mills, this time will not be enough. We have also strengthened the workforce of Philippine Coast Guard. Listen to this. When we started Philippine Coast Guard, the manpower complement of Philippine Coast Guard is 6,400 in 2016. Today, the manpower and workforce capability of the Philippine Coast Guard is 21,000. You can imagine the expansion we have been undertaking in order to add and increase the numbers, the warm bodies of Philippine Coast Guard, to complement the various facilities which we have been undertaking. And so, we still have time, Richard? We have already done aviation, we have done maritime. Let's revisit railways. In our railway sector, we have been non-stop to deliver big ticket infrastructure projects so that bulk of our commuters will benefit from ease of mobility at the soonest possible time. With the aim of connecting Metro Manila to its nearby provinces, the massive north-south commuter railways is well underway. As you can see in the screen, the NSCR's first segment, the PNR Clark Phase 1, is making significant development in terms of its construction. So that if you will look very closely, at the video, you will say that the PNR Clark Phase 1 is not all talks. It is not all plans. It is now on the implementation and construction stage. Full operation is scheduled on the second quarter of 2024. This will reduce travel time between Tutuban and Malolos in just 35 minutes, from 1 hour and 30 minutes to what it is now. Capacity, 300,000 passengers per day. The first train set will be arriving in 2021. So that if we have the construction, if we have the train set, if we have the plans, and we have the funds, we can say with confidence that this project, the PNR Clark Phase 1, will be completed as we have scheduled. The second leg of the NSCR is the PNR Clark Phase 2, which will complement what I have reported earlier on Phase 1. The improvement Phase 2 will feature the country's first airport express service, connecting the province of Bulacan to Clark International Airport, and travel time will just be 35 minutes. And so you can see that what was dreamt of, to travel from Tutuban up to Clark International Airport, is no longer a dream. It will become a reality. Apart from the LRT2 East Extension, which we have completed and recently inaugurated in July, we also have 2 more ongoing railway projects slated for completion this 2021. First is the Common Station, a concourse area that will connect 4 of our major railway lines. Second is the comprehensive MRT3 rehabilitation project. The much-awaited MRT7 is also set to be partially operable by April of 2022. The trains to be used in MRT7 have also arrived in September from South Korea. This is a reality that is happening. This is a reality that will happen. Indeed, the trains keep coming. The 12 train set for the MRT1 Cavite extension, composed of 48 light rail vehicles, have also been delivered to the Philippines. The Metro Manila subway, conceptualized back in 1970, did not remain as just a concept in the term of President Duterte. Now it is being implemented. Now this dream project proves to be a reality as the construction of its station are all underway. Early this year, the parts of the tunnel boring machine to be used for the subway's underground works have arrived in the Philippines. Before we step down in 2022, we will commence the construction work for other railway big ticket projects, such as the LRT2 West Extension, the MRT4, the PNR Calamba, PNR Bicol, Subic Clark Railway, and Mindanao Railway projects. In total, our target is to increase the country's operational railway length from what it was previously to be 77 kilometers to, when we took over in 2016, to over 1,000 kilometers in 2022. When I say 1,000 kilometers in 2022, it involves the following composition: railways that are actually completed, railways that are under construction, railway projects that have been awarded so that it can now commence construction. Hopefully in due time, the 1,000 kilometers, when all the projects are completed, would have been achieved. Okay, let us now take a look at what we are doing with the road transport and infrastructure. Back in March, I have reported the infrastructure and development projects we are carrying out in the country's road sector, such as the establishment of EDSA busway and bus rapid transit system in other parts of the country. Today, I am happy to announce that we have already finished almost 500 kilometers of bike lanes in key cities in the country to promote active transport amid the pandemic. These cities include Metro Manila, Davao, and Cebu. We are also gearing towards the enhancement of pedestrian facilities along our main thoroughfare, EDSA, with the establishment of covered elevated walkways through the EDSA Greenways project. To better service the public and provide reliable agency processes, we continue to establish more satellite offices all over the country for license application, renewal vehicle franchise, and other transactions. Since July of 2016, the Land Transportation Office constructed, rehabilitated, and expanded a total of 112 offices nationwide, consisting of district offices, new extension offices, and driver's license renewal offices. Meanwhile, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, LTFRB, has completed 4 building projects, including that of its central office. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have presented to you a generic presentation of what the Department of Transportation has done in a period of 3 months, only 3 months, from March when I was invited to speak, and now as I speak. And I think you will agree with me that the development and the construction and the improvement as done is going on a full pace. We will not slow down. The pace will continue to be faster and stronger as we end the term of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte in 2022. To say that we have achieved significant strides to improve the state of public transport infrastructure from where we were before, but to tell you honestly, there is still much work to do with only little time left. Rest assured that in the remaining months of this meaningful time, serving under the Duterte administration, we will exert all efforts to deliver what has been promised and fulfill what we have so desired. That is to make the Filipino life comfortable and convenient. When I joined government, President Duterte said, "Art Tugade, please help make the Filipino life convenient and comfortable." By the projects we have completed and we will complete, we will put meat and meaning to the mandate of the President in making the Filipino life convenient and comfortable by improving connectivity and mobility. And if we have convenient and comfortable life, if we have mobility and connectivity, then it can be said that we are also helping in the real estate program of the government. Then it can be said that we are also helping in triggering the upward surge of the economy after the pandemic. This is what we intend to do. This is what we expect to do. To all of you, thank you very much for finding time to chat and dialogue with me. I really appreciate. Art Tugade, isang kawani ng kagawaran ng transportasyon. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.